What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 51 of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. On this episode, we are talking Fragpunk, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, Slitterhead, Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. Which is why women will always wear makeup. And men will always lie.
Is this a movie quote again?
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
You are now tuned in to the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast.
I love it when you talk nerdy to me.
It is.
I have no idea what it is, but cool. I got a movie quote part.
That's from our homie Idris Elba.
Oh, I do love that. Is he, let's see. I don't know any big movies he's in. He's always a villain.
He's always like a villain or like a supporting character, but he's great.
He is.
But
he's
I love
such a
that
good actor.
I love that quote. It's so interesting.
What movie is it from?
I don't think it's from a movie. I think he just said it.
He just said it one day?
I just think he just said it.
Now, we're switching from song lyrics to movie quotes to just quotes. You're throwing me in for a loop, Dave. I'm not sure how to handle myself with all this, but do what you will with that. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't had any idea. I don't know quotes that well, if that makes sense. I can quote SpongeBob all day long, but when it comes to movies and like stuff like that, no chance.
Okay, well, you know what the quote is for next week.
The SpongeBob quote. I hope it's a good one.
That's coming.
Sweet. But what have you been playing, Dave? What have you been up to?
I haven't been up to doing too much. I'm not gonna lie, but I do have some very sad news to report. Guys, unfortunately, on the last episode, I dropped the Two-Face coin. Adam, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember seeing me dropping the Two-Face coin?
Yeah, I mean, you've dropped it a few times.
I've dropped it quite a few times, yeah. But I don't know what black hole lives underneath this couch. But the Two-Face coin, I am sad to report, is MIA. I have no clue where the Two-Face coin is. I've torn this place apart and cannot find it and cannot imagine that it is rolled very far. So, as of right now, I'm saddened to report that the Two-Face coin that we've had since episode 1 is sucked into a black hole of oblivion.
I'm disappointed in you, Dave.
Yeah, I know. But
how
I have
could you do that to what is that?
This is a fidget spinner.
Oh, but how's that going to help us when determining our...
It's not going to help us determine the draft at all, but it's going to give me a little fidgety thing to do. So you guys might hear this. I hope that's not too loud.
No, it wasn't very loud at all.
Okay, perfect. You guys might hear that until Adam yells at me to stop doing it.
Okay. That sounds good, Dave, but I'm pretty disappointed. You know what? I think you lost it on purpose.
Don't do that to me.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I'm very saddened. I would never purposely lose our coin. It has to be around here somewhere.
Is it stuck like in the couch at all or the futon?
You know what I'm thinking is like it probably rolled, so it's probably standing like up on its edge, like jammed in between something, and I just can't see it. Because I don't know if you see like the ridiculous display of LEDs, which I should probably add more LEDs, right? Do you think I should probably add more to this.
There's never too many RGB lights.
Underneath this couch is a plethora, like a probably dangerous plethora of cordage and power extensions and cords that operate this whole system. And it is got to be wedged somewhere in there. So aside from just ripping this whole thing apart with all of these cords, I don't know what to do.
I think your best bet would be just to get another quarter or another coin.
It's not the same.
It's not.
It's all right. But anyway, Adam, what have you been up to? Please tell me you've been doing something more exciting.
Well,
real quick, I want to throw this out here real quick. Did you I was looking in the PS store the other day and I saw that Suicide Squad is still $54. Are they kidding me?
I mean, I don't know. I've already had it bought. I don't look at the games that I've already purchased.
Suicide Squad is still $54.
It goes up and down all the time. There was one time it was like $24. That's how it is. There's a game that I just bought that is $60 and it's been out for like 10 years.
Y'all, that game needs to be under $10. I don't know who is in charge of your marketing or your sales team or whatever. $10. All right. We've seen what you had to offer. It's $10.
I mean, I got my hours and money's worth for that game, and I bought the full deluxe edition, so I'm not complaining. But what I've been playing, I just bought. When I say $60, it's $60 on the PlayStation Store and like Steam. But I just got Ghost Recon Wildlands again. I have it on my Xbox, but I don't have a disc drive for my Xbox anymore, so I couldn't play it. I don't know what about that like game is so fun, but I just like being like an elite team, just going around stealthily sniping like different cartel members and taking down the cartel. It's so cool to me. So I've been playing a lot of that.
That's the one that you wanted me to play with you, right?
It is, and
We're
I
gonna
already
have to
jumped
do
in.
that. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to do that. That's
Yeah.
okay.
I already
That's
jumped
all right.
in.
I mean, that's all right. You didn't
Um,
wait for me. I would have waited for you, but it's okay.
Hey, you know me. My mind is once I get something in my mind, it goes. Like I'm ready to go. There's no stopping me. But I've been playing that, playing Ghost Recon or Multiverses still. Slowed down a bit on that. I'm just kind of pushing through, get my battle pass done, just because like I still really enjoy the game, but I'm not in the grind mode right now. Like I'm slowing down. Like I still enjoy playing. I play a lot, but not as much. And then I'm getting into X Defiant again. My friend wants to play. I'm like, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. You've never played?
Sure, why not? Like like we said, guys, there's no better way to get new people into your game than to make it free, and people will just recruit their friends for you.
Exactly. And he recruited me back in. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about downloading X Defiant. And I was like, okay, I'll play. And that's what we did. So I'm hoping to jump in that with him. And I'm working on rugs. You saw me working on those. I got Dave's cool hoverboard from Back to the Future done, and a Mario Luigi.
An official reveal of the coolest rug that's ever been made, but we made the Back to the Future hoverboard for a rug, and I'm super excited about it.
Other than that, I've been watching tons of movies. You know what I've kind of come to realize with a specific actor? Is it Ratcliffe? Is that how you say his last name?
Daniel Radcliffe, yes.
I've come to not like him as an actor aside from Harry Potter.
Oh, this is a debate. I would love to disagree with you here. I really would, but he is Harry Potter and just nothing else to me. And did you know the fun fact? Did you know that I don't know if this is still a thing, but do you remember he did that movie with like the horns on his head and stuff like that?
No, I didn't. I haven't seen too many movies with him, but I've watched 3 recently. And I can't, like, they're so like he as an actor, or he has different characters other than the Harry Potter I don't like.
So this might not be a thing anymore, and this might not be true. So guys, drop this in the comments. But I could have sworn that I heard that part of his Harry Potter contract states that because he has that scar on his forehead as Harry Potter, every movie that he does outside of Harry Potter, he has to have something on his forehead to be in the movie.
I don't think that's the case in the 2 movies I watched recently.
Did he have something on his forehead?
Not that I like vividly remember. Like it's not like a Harry Potter scar that I like, oh yes, that's another scar on his head. No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
All right, I don't know where I heard that from.
Yeah, I think that's completely false. But I just watched, and maybe this because the movie itself was.
That's completely false.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all. But the movie I just watched was Guns Akimbo. Have you heard of that one?
No.
So it was on Amazon Prime, but essentially it's like a death fight. Like it's a dark web. Like 2 people go against each other and they kill each other and they win, right? So it's like underground death fights. Well, so Daniel Radcliffe's character is like, oh, I'm going to troll this, calling everybody like degenerates and everything. Well, they found his IP address and they tracked him down. And the Guns Akimbo is he gets 2 guns bolted to his hands and he's got to go kill one of the different characters. And it was just mindlessly stupid. And I was trying to get into it and I was like, man, this is very bad and very bad acting and very bad everything. And it's bad.
See, that's the thing. There's a place for that kind of stuff, right? A movie where somebody gets 2 guns bolted to their hands, like there's a place for that movie. I mean, that movie should exist. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things. But it's like, dude, you are Harry Potter. You are like rich beyond rich. You are the leading actor in one of the biggest franchises of all time. Like, why would you kind of like stoop down to the level of doing a movie where you have guns bolted to your hands.
I
You
don't.
know what
I
I
think
mean?
it comes down to like, let me just do something stupid because I feel like it. I think it's just like, yeah, they asked me, I'll do it. That sounds stupid, or like, I don't know, but and honestly, like, I can't think of another good movie he's been in, and I'm not like the most like following Daniel Radcliffe's career, and like I really just started getting back into tons of movies, so maybe I'm just missing some. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Rip
Yeah,
Ratcliffe.
yeah, don't.
Just be Harry
That
Potter,
is
bro.
not a recommendation of mine. If you really want to see Ratcliffe with two guns akimbo bolted to his hand, go for it. But other than that, it's kind of bad.
Isn't there a new Harry Potter coming out? I seen him looking old.
I have no idea.
I think there's a new Harry Potter
We
coming
kind of
out.
push ourselves away from the movie or the movie genre or the movie side because
Yeah, I think there's a new Harry Potter coming out that's like him like old.
Hmm,
It's like his
interesting.
son or something.
That
I'm gonna
sounds kind
look-
of cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. It's clearly not related to the books at all. This
Yeah.
is like an afterthought kind of thing. So
Gotcha. Well,
I'm gonna look it up after this.
in other news, let's get moving. We're already talking about random stuff for too long already. First game of the night, Fragpunk, Bad Guitar Studio, coming out in 2025. Dave, what did you send me?
I actually brought this one to the table.
For me, or just because you thought it looked exciting? What's your thought process behind
For
this one?
for number one, I brought it to the table for Adam. But number two, guys, I say this all the time, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of crap about this. And I know that there has been games like this kind of before, but I just want to say that this caught my interest because, ladies and gentlemen, this is an online multiplayer shooter that actually introduced something interesting other than just running around and killing each other.
I will say, Dave, so we can get into that a little bit, but it's so much extra. And the fact that when you play first person shooters, you're like, I don't know where to look. There's too much chaos going on. This game brings it to a whole other experience. And with that, want to pull up the trailer?
Let's go ahead and pull up the trailer. And I know that it's going to get chaotic, but I'm just saying, like, what a cool idea. So, guys,
Yeah.
if you guys are just listening, and you know I love the vibe. If you guys are just listening, the vibe of this trailer, it's really hard to explain what the vibe of this trailer is.
It's
but
kind of like a cartoony,
Yeah.
like an anime comic almost. You know what
It's
I mean?
almost it's almost like an anime comic, but you can see like the color scheme that they're using. They're using like a lot of like 90s colors, like those bright pinks and yellows and greens and stuff like that. And I love that. And that character looks so sick
Yeah.
right there, doesn't it?
It definitely does. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think just the characters in general look really cool. You know what really reminds me of like all the animations and stuff? Like the Spider-Man movies, Across the Spider-Verse, like the animation wise. Not so much
Yes.
the like this visual, but the comic animations and the explosions and stuff. But that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, and you guys, if you guys are just listening again, of like the trailer vibe that you're getting is like, it's giving us vibes like we're seeing like a lot of ridiculous gunplay and stuff like that, but it's also got this like kind of like quirky, kind of funny feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And this is one of the coolest part of it is like, so there's gonna have these cards that can like change what's gonna happen. So
yeah.
the world just flipped, and that's gonna be a card you can use in game that flips the world. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, so again, if you guys are just listening, the big thing behind this is a first-person shooter or online multiplayer shooter that introduces card elements to it. So you collect these cards and you can use these cards during the match, and they give you like ridiculous buffs or like change the world, or there's literally a bunch of different stuff you could do. But you see this one right here, like chain reaction right there, where
Yeah.
you had this like special sniper bullet, and when you hit a guy, like it froze that guy in time, and then
Yeah.
anybody standing next to him, it like chain reaction and froze all of them. And
Yep.
like, I just think it's such an interesting idea, and I'm just so excited to see a game like this. I say it all the time, like, it's just exciting to see a game like this do something unique. You know what I mean?
Right. And with that, like, to be honest, like looking at the gameplay of like the gun mechanics, those aren't anything to take home about. You know what I mean? There's nothing like groundbreaking with the actual gunplay, but the atmosphere and the elements that they're adding with the cards and stuff, that really takes it a step further, more interesting, I think.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up the look of like the gunplay and stuff like that, because it doesn't look revolutionary, that like the gunplay doesn't look anything different, but it looks like it's really well done. And
Yeah.
and like I know that's hard to tell from a trailer. Like people are gonna have to get into it and really start playing it and testing it out and seeing how it goes. But it just feels like a game that's gonna be very responsive and
Yeah.
exactly like you said, there's gonna be a lot of chaos behind this game, especially with the cards. So like
Yep.
the gunplay needs to be good, and
Yeah.
just everything that I'm looking at, I feel like it's going to be on par.
Right. And I don't think it has to be like we said, it doesn't have to be revolutionary. It's got to be solid. It's got to be playable and fun and responsive. And from what I've seen with these trailers and what's going to happen with this playtest, so if you like, there is a playtest going to start actually as this episode is getting released. So that will be an option, which we can put that in the description. But yeah, and I think people are going to have a really positive response to this game. And we just talked about it last week, saying no game is going to dethrone the big games, but this is something different and something fun that should hold the attention of people for a while. And like we said, it's because of the new fun element that they're adding to this game, and I'm excited for it.
I love it that they ended the trailer by saying 5v5 rule changing hero shooter, which was really, really cool. And a lot like you just talked about, like this game doesn't have to compete with anybody. You know what I mean? Like it's not trying to take the place of the Call of Duties, the Apex Legends, the Valorants of the world. This is a different idea. You know what I mean? Like it's the same concept with a different idea. And there's nothing out there really like it. So they don't have to compete with anybody. If people really enjoy having this like card mechanic in the game, there's no competition out there. Like they're just this could just be like the sixth, like we called it the 5 dynasties or something like that. This could just be the 6th dynasty because it's like there's no competition. If you want to play the game like this is the game that you play.
And with that, so like Dave said, it's a 5v5 hero shooter, and the whole premise behind it, which we've already been kind of talking about, is you get these power-up cards called shards that will either change your character or it'll change the environment around you and then the map. Like examples where like flip the map, it can amplify your jump height. One I thought was really cool, reverse the rules of attack versus defenders. So like out of nowhere, if you have this card, you could become the attacker or you can become the defender. And I just think that's so fun and so unique. And they're starting off with over 70 shards in the game. And so like it's gonna be fresh and it's not every map or every match can feel a lot different. And I think that's where you always say, okay, what's different about this match? What's different about this match? Like nothing feels different. But with this, I think it's going to feel a lot different. The more you play, obviously, you'll have some repetitiveness to it. But for the most part, it's going to feel fresh every time you jump in.
It's going to feel fresh every time that you jump in. And like Adam said, there's already 70 plus cards. Confirmed 70 plus cards for this game already, and you know that they're going to continually keep adding to it. And I would say probably by the time of release, they'd probably be closer to 100. But yeah, I mean, it's like every game that you play is going to be different. And you know, like Adam said, we talked about the world flip, we talked about the chain reaction, but there's one like Dragon's Breath where your bullets deal fire damage. We saw that in the trailer. That was really cool. There's one. I don't know if you saw at the end of the trailer where like that Grim Reaper character kind of came out of nowhere. So there's one called Death's Embrace where if you play that card, any enemy on the other team below that has an HP below 50, a Reaper will just spawn and murder that person.
And I wonder how it's going to be if similar to like Overwatch and some Black Ops, each card is going to take longer depending on the power of the card. And that's how I figure it's going to happen. And it's so cool. So another thing is I think you'll be able to customize your own character, or like you get to pick from 10 different heroes. They're called Lancers. You'll be able to choose your cards, customize your weapons, and each weapon will have its own special abilities and you'll be able to level those up. And it's just cool I'm just excited for this game. And when you brought it to my attention, I saw it, but I didn't know the name. And I was like, oh, what game is that? And then when I saw you sent it to me, I was like, that's what I was looking for. So I'm really excited about this one, much more so than Marvel Rivals and Concord that we talked about last week.
Concord, yeah.
This is fresh and it's fun. And does that mean it's going to be the most successful game out there? No, but to me, this is more intriguing than other ones that have been released. And the fact that it's so fresh, it's also very ambitious what they're trying to do.
It's very, very ambitious. And like you said, this one has a reason to build excitement. You know what I mean? Like we talked about it with Concord. We've seen games like this, and it's just like, dude, you couldn't build excitement on this if you tried. They're obviously trying, and you just cannot build excitement. There's nothing here to get excited about, and like you said, this is a very new take on things and something definitely to get excited about. 10 playable characters already, so there's going to be some variations there. Like you said, you can mess around with your character, upgrade them, change all the stuff. 15 guns, each with unique abilities, already announced. Here's the thing: there is one little thing. There's only 4 maps at this time, and I know people are kind of a little upset about that. But I cannot imagine they head into launch day with only 4 maps.
I don't think, especially because it's coming out in 2025. And I think playtest wise, it's going to have 4 different maps. And you also got to think with how much they're doing in a single map, like the amount that's going to, like the, I don't know, like just the elements that go into the algorithm and the coding of what can happen in one map. I'm sure like it's huge. And like, so I can see why there's probably only starting with 4, but yeah, as the game gets further along in development, more maps will come. But I'm okay with it starting with 4 right now. But I'm sure by 2025, when it actually releases, this game will have much more maps and things to do.
I know they're only starting with 4, and I will be honest, I do not think that this is going to be a game because a lot, like you said, there's a lot that goes into these, especially when you're playing these cards that make the map itself be like a functional thing, like the world flip, where they're literally flipping the world upside down and stuff like
Growing
that.
grass.
Yeah, they're like you're growing vegetation in the world and stuff. Like the world itself kind of needs to be animated. So I do believe that they're not going to have. This isn't going to be a game that has like 40 different maps for you to choose from, but I don't think that they're going to go into launch day with only 4. So I know some people are a little nervous about that. I wouldn't be nervous about that. And one thing that I did think was really cool, and this is just a shout out to the retro head in me. Did you see in the trailer that there's a card that's big head mode? That
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Okay. Big head mode is like a shout out to the N64 era. Every single game in the N64 had this mode but called big head mode as like a cheat code that you would
Yeah.
unlock, and it would make their heads gigantic. And I thought it was really cool that they did I feel like they did kind of like a shout out to that. But in this game, it kind of makes sense, right? So if you play and make the other people and make the team that you're going against all have big heads, like that's easy headshots all day,
Yeah,
right?
and I think that's the whole premise of it. I think part of it is they're like, here's a shout out to some retro stuff, but yeah, let's make these heads ginormous to make sniping heads easy.
Yeah.
But other
Yeah.
games have done that too, I think. Or back in the day, baseball used to do that. Like baseball games, you could like cheat code big head. Yeah.
Every game used to have a big
Yeah.
head mode. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I think NBA Jam had it. That was so many games.
Every game had it. So yeah, I'm super excited about this one. You guys know I'm the biggest fan of this stuff. This one does look very, very interesting. I will throw it out there just to let people know that this, I believe, is going to be a free to play game.
I didn't see otherwise, so you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah. So as of right now, this is going to be a free to play game, which in all honesty, I think is probably good for a game like this, because this is, like we said, it's going to build interest, but it's definitely a game that people are going to want to try. Now, keep in mind, they are obviously a game developer and they are going to need to make money on this game somehow. So be on the lookout for microtransactions somewhere. But hopefully, they do not go so crazy as to jeopardize the integrity of the game and just keep it to like maybe some skins and stuff like that. So
one more thing I was gonna say about the gameplay itself, or just like rounds and stuff. I really think it's cool that the rounds are only gonna last about 2 to 5 minutes each. Like I think it's gonna be really fast paced, and the time to kill is gonna be very short, and so it's gonna play very quick and very like we've been saying, like responsive and fast. And I'm super excited about that. I love when games are that fast.
And I think I saw this somewhere. They're really focusing on the search and destroy. Yeah. So I mean, that I would assume that they're gonna have some other game modes, but your kind of main game here, I believe they're really focusing on the search and destroy and that fast gameplay and keeping the games moving, keeping people excited, happy, having fun, doing not a lot of downtime. I feel like this is a game you're not going to have a lot of downtime because you're going to have to be these matches go fast. Like you said, it's a little bit chaotic. You're going to have to be not only fighting people, but also dealing with these cards and stuff like that. I think it's a game for a person that just really loves the high intensity kind of get in there and like nonstop. Like this is going to be the game for you.
And that's me. Like I said, the play test is going to be up in the next couple days, or it's going to be up by the time this is recording is up on Thursday. So go to their website or go on Steam. You can sign up for the playtest. I got instant access once I signed up. So yeah, check it out.
And Adam will not sign the NDA, so we'll have plenty of stuff to talk about.
I think it's so easy to get in. I don't think there is going to be an NDA. I think it's going to be one that you can just play.
And talk about?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
Let's
go. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. So guys, super excited for this one. Be on the lookout. We'll leave the link down below to sign up for the playtest. And yeah, wish it all the best.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom. Adam, this game.
Yes.
Hero shooter, right?
Yes.
We've been talking a lot about hero shooters lately.
Yes.
What's your favorite hero shooter of all time?
Currently, probably Overwatch.
Perfect answer. That is the perfect answer, Adam, because in honor of your favorite game, I want to make some noise and I want you to blind rank the best Overwatch characters ever.
Ooh, okay. Let's see how this goes.
Are you not excited for this?
If you give me like brand new characters, we're out of luck because I haven't played in a while.
No. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
First up on the list, we're going to go with Reaper.
Reaper. Oh, he's a cool character. He's got a lot of cool abilities. I was never good with them. I really enjoyed him though. So as a safe bet, I'll put Reaper right in the middle at 3. Not because I think he deserves any lower or higher than that, just because I wasn't good with him.
Okay. All right. That's pretty safe. That's pretty safe. We'll see if I did you dirty on this list.
You
Next
might
up,
have.
we got Mercy.
She's cool. She's a very powerful healer.
That's a 5-face. That's a 5-face all the way.
I feel like Mercy is very important to the gameplay or game flow if you're good with Mercy. I don't want to put Mercy at 5, so I'll put her at 4 just because she's important to the game in terms of being a good healer.
That's a pity 4.
It is, but that's okay.
That's a pity 4. Okay. All right. Next up on the list, we got Tracer.
You done did it, Dave. Tracer is number... I would like to put her at number 1, but I'm not... shoot. Did you give me my favorite characters? A huge question. Screw it. I'm putting Tracer at 1. I love Tracer. I was really good with her. Out of one game, I got 115 eliminations with Tracer.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a competitive match, I got 115 kill or eliminations. So you don't put all the damage in. Like you can go finish people or whatever, but 115 eliminations with Tracer, and I was stoked. So
that's insane. That deserves to be in the top spot.
Yep.
Okay. Next up on the list, we got Widowmaker.
5.
Easy 5. Not even thinking about it.
I was not very good with Widow. I'm not a very good sniper in any game I play.
Okay.
But I don't know. A good Widowmaker is a problem.
Lethal.
Yeah,
lethal.
She is, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So your number 2 is going to be Genji.
Oh, Genji's cool. I'm okay with Genji at 2. Again, man, you gave me the characters I was never good with except for Tracer. So yeah, I'm okay with Genji being 2. He's a hard character to play, but very fun. I like the whole like samurai or not samurai, the ninja. It's so cool.
You know, I love that.
Yeah.
Just give him a samurai sword. You know, he's my favorite character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if I were to like make my own list, I would probably I'd keep Tracer at 1. 2, I'd probably put See, this is a toss-up between my 2 other main characters. I'd put Moira at 2, Diva at 3, Doomfist at 4, because Doomfist is so cool.
Wow.
Doomfist is so cool. And then 5, I'd say it's a toss-up between Reinhardt and Brigitte.
I put 1 character on your from
People I
your
play,
top
yeah.
5. I picked 1. That's
yeah, but you picked the best one
horrible.
for me. Yeah. That's who I've played the most, and yeah, that's who I'd pick.
That's horrible.
I don't know the most recent ones. Like I know Echo. There's a couple others that you could have also done a blind rank of the
The worst.
Yeah. Or no, yeah, or whatever. We'll figure it out some other time.
We'll
Let's
save
move on.
we'll save that for next week.
Yeah. Let's move on to Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. This is by Unbroken Studios, coming out September 3rd, 2024. We talked about this a little bit. There was barely anything out on it in the past.
We did. Yeah.
All it was just like a screenshot saying sign up for the playtest, which
Yes.
I didn't get in, but I've seen a lot of things about it. So I figured the trailer revealed a lot about how the game's going to play, and you can read a lot of things on it. So let's go ahead and pull up the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys are just listening, it's exactly what you thought it would be. I mean, we're getting a little bit of a story here, I think. And like
Yeah.
that was the confusing part to me. Like, do you think there's going to be a story to this game?
There's going to be a career, and I have some thoughts on how this career is going to work.
Yeah.
But I think what it's going to come down to is you pick a team that you feel, or like you pick a group that you want to bring to the top, or you want to rise in the ranks as the character for this team, like a franchise almost. I think that's what it's going to be. I could be wrong though.
Because when this idea first came about, like my initial thought was like, oh, this is gonna be like a Rocket League. Like they should play exactly like Rocket League, where you're just kind of like dropping in these matches constantly. Like you get your own character, obviously, but you just keep dropping in. And then I'm watching this trailer, and I'm like, wait, is this like does this have a story attached to it too? I don't know.
I wonder if it I have no idea, but on their website it says that you'll be able to play a career mode, which says play in backyard battles all the way to Quidditch World Cup. So I wonder if it's going to be similar to like Mario Strikers, where you start like it's a cup that you like start and you have to win each match, and then that's the career, that's the story. Like you do it that way. In other game modes there is and with the career mode it says you'll be able to play up to 3 friends. So that's why I think it's going to be more like a franchise rather than like a story driven career, if that makes sense, or like a campaign. Other games modes is exhibition mats. So you'll be able to set teams, maps, difficulty, again, play by yourself or play with up to 3 players on your team. And then the big thing that I think they're going to push the most is the PvP, where you pick a position that you want to play and you go in and play it.
Again, guys, we talked about this before, and like honestly, my position hasn't changed on this because I didn't get into the play test and I didn't get a chance to play this. I still think that this game 1000% comes down to the seeker and how easy and or difficult it is to catch the golden snitch.
From what I've read online, I don't think the seeker isn't a position that just ends the game. The seeker, I think it's I can't remember what I read, but it gives you a certain amount of points, and I think it's like so many points wins the game, but a seeker isn't going to win the game. And
because in Harry Potter, the seeker wins the game.
Yeah,
if you catch the golden snitch, you win the game.
No, I don't think it's like that.
One goal is won, and catching the snitch is like 1 billion points.
Yeah, that's not how it works. From what I've read, is you catch the snitch, it's a few points. I don't know how many points it's going to be worth, but and I'm sure the way it works is like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I wonder if it's like a thing that you have to. I don't know. I can't imagine that you just fly up to it and grab it. I'm gonna guess there's like certain stages of catching the snitch. Like, I don't think you'll be able to just fly up, hey, snitch, that's mine, 10 points or whatever it is. I bet there's gonna be like stages where, okay, you have to like be near the snitch for, I don't know, 10 seconds and then you grab it. I don't know how it's going to work, or it's going to be a time-based thing. The longer you're by the snitch and then you grab it.
Yeah, I mean, or like, how difficult are they going to make it to catch it? Because in the movies, it's really hard to catch it. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't imagine it's easy.
I wish I could play and report to you guys on exactly what's going to happen here, because I really need to, I really, really need to know. Because here's the thing, and I talked about this the last time we talked about this. If catching the golden snitch is such an advantage in the game that it really kind of breaks it, we're all in trouble, because you know how people are, and there's going to be a group of people that figure out some hack some easy way, or just honestly just get so freaking good that they're able to catch that thing almost instantly.
I don't think it's gonna be instant. I think you're gonna. It has to be a time thing because if you just go in there, grab the snitch, and get 10 points every 2 seconds, like nobody's gonna have fun with that. I have a feeling that it's gonna be like a time based thing. It's going to take time. Sure, you can be good at like like I said, following along with the snitch, and I really think that's how it's gonna go. Where you have to like follow along and like try to get close to it, and the longer you're closer to it, like who knows? Maybe it's 30 seconds. You have to be in range of this for 30 seconds and then you can grab it. But then you got to think there's the other team like going after it too and like bumping you, hitting you. I think it's going to be harder than it sounds.
Okay, so do you think that, because I'm trying to think of it as like a gameplay mechanic kind of situation, right? So it's like, how do you like, I don't know, because here's the thing, right? Like if they kind of play with it too much, you know what I mean? Then it's no longer a skill based thing. You know what I mean? Like if people just get really good at catching it, and then like say they go into it and they're like, okay, we don't want them to catch the snitch right away. So do they introduce like some type of like leashing to it where it's like the snitch will always be X amount of yards away from a player until a certain time? You know what I mean? Like, does
I
that
don't
make
think
sense?
so.
Does that? So they're
I
leaving
think
it.
it's going to be a lot harder than you think.
You think?
I really do. I really think it's going to be harder than you think because like the snitch is random. It's random movements, so I don't think anybody's gonna be able to pick up on a pattern of how the snitch is moving because it's so like maybe it's an AI that like it goes all around. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any true pattern to it, and it's not gonna be on a designated line where they can just follow. It's going to be so like random that people are gonna have to really react to it, and also the beaters. Who know the beaters can come and hit you off your broom and like start you over. I don't know.
I wish I could have some like definitiveness to this feeling, but before I really give like my thoughts about it, like I need to know how it works. I don't know. It 100% comes down to the snitch for me. It just does.
I really think it's going to be a thing that's going to take more skill than you're thinking, Dave.
And then also a few questions that I have is like, all right, so you get to load in and you're either can you just, if you're playing solo, can you just drop into a match with people?
Yeah, you'll be able to, I think what they said is you'll be able to just drop in, play with other people that are in a queue as well. And and I can't imagine and I don't know what well, I'm guessing it's gonna be 4v4 just based off of is it 4v4? Because you can jump up to or it doesn't say for PvP on how many people you can jump in with, but I'm guessing okay, you'll have a goalie, a seeker, uh um yeah, a chaser, and a beater. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's 4 players because in the exhibition you can play up with 3 players, up to 3 other players. So I'm guessing it's gonna be the same thing for online. And I'm guessing it's gonna come down to just strategy on how you wanted to play it, whether you want I can only imagine there's gonna be 1 seeker and 1 keeper. And then from there you can decide how you want to split up your team.
And then like so the size of these arenas, like how big are the sizes of these arenas?
I'm gonna guess it feels a lot like Rocket League. Like it's gonna feel like not a huge arena, but not like so tiny where you can't move around.
Yeah, because if it's only a 4v4, like opening the arena up is gonna just like open the field up. You know what I mean? It's gonna make it like kind of too easy to work around because like the seekers aren't gonna be doing anything except trying to chase the snitch, you know?
I wonder there's probably a couple hints on what it looks like in the
I was trying to get like a feel from the trailer of like how big these arenas are gonna be, but I don't know, they feel kind of massive. Some of them feel kind of massive. I like the end, the big stadium one obviously is meant to feel massive, but I don't know. I just want to see like I have so many questions. I want to play this. I want to play this game and come back to it. I want to talk about it after I've played it.
I wonder if they're gonna have more playtests come out. Hopefully we can get into that. But overall I'm excited for this. And I tried going back to the Nintendo, is it GameCube? When is it on there? The World Champions or whatever it was, World Cup. Man, that game was so meh. And I don't think this is gonna feel anything like that. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be fun. I don't think it's going to be over the top in terms of like this is the best game I've ever played. But again, I don't think it has to be. It's gonna be $30. Rather than a full $70 price. It's not free to play, which I kind of like that it's not free to play because I mean, Harry Potter fans is a huge market, and I think no matter how big this game is, or I think fans are going to play it no matter what. I think Harry Potter fans they're going to play it if it's free or if it's paid, and the fact that it's not a full $70 game, I think that is a good sign.
Can I be honest here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I think I've flipped sides. I think I've flipped a little bit on this game. Like, okay, when Hogwarts came out, everybody was upset that there was no Quidditch. And I was very much defensive of that, saying that Hogwarts is already a massive game. And to have a Quidditch game inside of the already massive Hogwarts game is pretty much impossible. And I still stand by that. It would be so much work. It would require so much of like work from your hardware to make this all happen. Game space, like I get it. It's impossible. But if it wasn't impossible, I kind of just wish that this was in Hogwarts now. Like I was excited that it was its own game before, and now I'm just like, I kind of just wish this was in Hogwarts.
See, I don't. I am happy that this is its own standalone game. I think this cartoon style works for this game. I think it's fun. I think I think it works. And I don't think it needs to be in Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously, it's never going to be in Hogwarts Legacy. And it just kind of spreads the love of or yeah, game developers each get to give their own spin on things. And I mean you see that with lots of different developers, and if every game felt the same, it'd get repetitive and boring for sure. You know what I mean? Like if this game felt like Hogwarts Legacy, how long do you think people would be playing it? Or if it was in Hogwarts Legacy?
I mean, I think there would probably be still people playing it. Yeah. There's still people playing Hogwarts.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I like this game. I'm excited for this one because I don't know. It looks fun to me. It looks like a good time, and like I loved Rocket League. So if it feels like Rocket League in the sense that it plays very similarly, then I'll really enjoy that. I'm really like to play a goalkeeper. I want to see what that's like. I wonder how those mechanics work.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the Seeker, but I would love to be the goalie.
Yeah, I think that'd be super fun. The Seeker, like I just think that'd be boring to me. Like my top three would probably be keeper, chaser, and then the beater. Like that's how I'd probably play the most. Because I don't know, just chasing one thing and not really attacking other people or shooting on goal, like that doesn't sound fun to me.
It's like a game within a game. Like you're chasing the snitch and you're playing Quidditch, but you're really just not focused on anything. You know what I mean? Like you're just laser focused on that one thing, and it's a very interesting idea. Like I can't think of any other sport that's kind of like that has like a sport within, like a game within the game,
basically. And that's why I wouldn't want to play the Seeker. And I wonder if for the PvP portion, like I said, there's only be one goalie, so you better be the first one in the lobby if you want to play as the goalie. Or you know what I bet you do? I bet you queue up as a specific position and you'll get into matches no matter what in that position.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, is like you kind of pick the position you want.
Yeah.
There's probably an option where you pick the position you want, or there's just like a fast a fast join that will just put you in whatever's open. But I will say, especially in like an online kind of multiplayer situation, if you're loading in as the goalie, you better not suck. Because your team's gonna get real mad, real angry.
That's one thing. Who knows? I'm just excited about this one. There's a couple other things we get to say about it. PlayStation Plus members, you're getting this bad boy for free, or included, not free, because you're paying the PlayStation Plus membership. It's releasing for everything: Xbox One, Switch, PlayStation 4, Series X, PC. So everybody's getting to play it. It will offer cross-play and cross-progression, which I think is really cool because the most thing I hate is if I'm buying a game on different consoles and I can't have my progression across them, it annoys me. So I'm glad they're doing that. You'll be able to, there'll be like customization in terms of you'll be able to play as skins with like from the actual Harry Potter universe, and you'll also be able to customize like maybe a generic character or different presets of what your character looks like, and you'll get to add different skins and stuff. They had mentioned that they're not going to have. What was I going to say? I can't remember. I think I'm pretty sure I read it. Oh yeah, no microtransactions at this time. Doesn't mean that they won't have them, but on their website they said there will be no microtransactions at this time.
No microtransactions, but I do think one of the pre-order bonuses is like like 2 skin sets or something like that.
Right, but I think that's going to be like not DLC, battle pass. I think it's going to be a battle pass. But I don't know. They can change their mind on that, but I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to set the world on fire in terms of like everybody's going to play this game. I think Harry Potter fans are going to be have fun with it for a while. And I'm excited to try it.
I mean, Harry Potter's a huge franchise. I think Harry Potter fans are excited for it. I know Rocket League players are probably going to grasp onto this a little bit too if it's anything like Rocket League. Yeah, I'm not excited for it. I just have questions. And honestly, like you said, if for PS Pro members, it is totally free, which is this guy right here. So, I will be downloading it. I will be playing it. I was excited about it the first time. I kind of flipped a little bit, maybe just like, maybe this should just been in Hogwarts, but whatever. It's whatever. I'm going to play it. We're going to see what it's all about, and we're going to have a good time with it.
Oh, one more thing. It'll have skill points for leveling up your player and your flight styles. I don't know how that's going to work, but that was on their website.
Yeah, see, I don't know. That seems weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that. I'm worried about that in the sense of like, I'm going to get dropped in with players that have been playing forever.
Right.
And I'm a noob.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like an online match-based kind of thing, right? So it's like, why do you have the ability to level up your character? Every character should just be like, it's like it would be like they should do like perks like Dead by Daylight. You know what I mean? Like it's, you can bring perks with you and stuff like that, but like your actual like speed isn't, it's not like this guy loaded in with a 47 speed and this guy's a 99. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And I wonder if you'll be able to select different broomsticks that have different, like you play with it. Like if you have more speed, you don't have as much control, and if you have more control, you don't have as much speed. Like that kind of situation. Like it's a give and take. I wonder
like
if that's
a balance. Yeah, like you got to figure out like a balance kind of situation. Yeah, it would kind of suck to get into this and you just load in with like a team that's just been gung ho for the last 4 days and they're all 99s and you're just like, well, this sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that's not the case, but that's all I had. Sorry, I threw that in the last second.
No, it was good. It was good that we added it in.
Yeah.
Again, I'm super excited to see what it's all about, so I'm definitely going to be playing it. And Harry Potter fans rejoice because Quidditch is coming.
It's coming. Which is now time. So this game is gonna have quite a bit of like Harry Potter characters from the books and the movies.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think it'd be appropriate to, I would say, flip that coin, but we can't do that, Dave. Can't do that.
What are we drafting?
No, a blind ranking. It doesn't matter, I guess. So.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to be blind ranked first or blind ranked second?
Oh, I thought you were just blind ranking me.
Oh, I'll just blind rank you. That's fine.
Yeah, let's just do
that. Here's a blind ranking of the best Harry Potter characters ever. Dave, are you ready?
I am ready.
Your first option is Victor Crumb.
It's just not memorable. Like,
he does die pretty quickly into the movie.
Right, yeah. I mean, he's just not memorable. There's just not a lot there.
Yeah.
5. That's
okay.
5 it.
Yeah. All right.
There's just there's just not like he wasn't around long enough for me to love him.
Right. Okay. Your second option is Hagrid.
Here we go. 3. I'm gonna put him in a 3.
Safe bet. Okay.
I gotta do I love Hagrid, but like not as much as like everybody else. Like he's fine. He's a fine character.
All right. Your next option is Neville Longbottom. He saves the day.
But he's so like
Yeah.
I'm
Neville.
Yeah,
4. Neville's
four.
going to 4.
4.
Drop him straight down.
He does save the day, but he just I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right.
'Kay.
Your following option or your follow up is Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall. Did I say that right? Professor McGonagall.
I only got the 1 and 2 left.
You do.
Who made this list?
Me.
2. But 2. I gotta hope for something better for the number 1.
I don't know if you're gonna enjoy this. This is kind of like the Overwatch characters that you made. Okay, Dave, your number 1 option is Ron Weasley.
Let's go.
Really?
I
Number
love
1
that.
option is Ron Weasley? You like it?
I'm Team Ron. I am
Okay.
Team Ron. That's a great
Okay.
pick.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Let us know in the comments, how would you have ranked those Harry Potter characters blindly? Love to hear it.
Professor Snape. You missed it.
I thought we were both doing it. So I had Sirius Black as well.
Oh,
Draco,
such a better character. Such a better character.
Moaning Myrtle.
Such a better character. Let's do it
Ginny
again.
Weasley.
Let's do it. Let's do it
All
again.
right, here's a
with-
blind ranking. Times 2, Dave gets these characters.
Such
Just
a better
kidding.
list. Such a better list.
Let's move on, Dave. Are we
Okay.
on Slitterhead?
We are on Slitterhead. Are you excited for this at all?
No,
Not at all.
not at all. I think we're going to talk about this mechanic-wise. It's cool, but other than that, I'm not very excited about this one. It is Slitterhead by Bokeh Games Studio, coming out November 8th, 2024.
That's Boca Game Studios.
Bokeh. Whatever.
You're a photographer, Adam.
No, I've always said bokeh.
No.
Just kidding. I knew it was Bokeh.
Okay,
I just messed it up.
perfect.
Bokeh Game Studios, coming out November 8th, 2024, from the creator of Silent Hill, who
Did you-
also helped create Bokeh Game Studios, right?
Did you hear my pause after that of just like, wow, I'm an asshole?
No, that's fine. It's
yeah.
fine, Dave.
So
I'll see you later. You can find another co-host.
wow.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Salty.
I am
Okay.
salty. Nah.
This is by the creator of Silent Hill, and I'm going to absolutely butcher his name, and I'm
I was
so
leaving
sorry.
it up for you.
Kichiro Toyama.
I think you got the Toyama right. I don't know about the other part.
I feel like I messed that up.
Who knows?
I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, this is from the creator of Silent Hill, which is why it looks exactly the way that it looks, which, as you guys know, is my favorite look in all the video games because it makes Adam want to throw up.
No, it's not that I want to throw up. Visually, I think the game looks cool. I'll say that. But things that we'll talk about make it not look cool to me. I will say, so he came out in an interview saying that he knows some fans are disappointed on how the game looks in terms of it's not so much an adventure story game, but more so an action game. And he's doing that because horror itself appeals to a smaller group of people. Horror adventure games with that storyline, even smaller. So he's trying to make it appeal to more people, giving it the action and the melee combat that people love, that people have experience with outside of horror. And that's why he made it this type of game.
And that's one of the things that I'm actually really excited about because I don't know, there's like this mix of like horror. I don't know. Like Resident Evil is a good example, right?
Yeah.
Resident Evil has a lot of like story and I mean, there's obviously action, but like, I don't know. I kind of like, have you ever played a Resident Evil game and you're kind of just like, all right, I kind of want like, I kind of want to shoot stuff now.
Hey, you want to do something. You want to have something to do while you're doing this story. Yeah, I feel you.
Like I get it. You're solving puzzles and you're walking around and you're being scared and stuff. And there's jump scares and there's interesting things and there's lore and stuff like that. But like sometimes I'm playing a Resident Evil game and I'm like, there's been too long of a break in the action from last fight to upcoming fight. And I think that this is a really cool idea that he's kind of, you know, still giving that love to the horror franchise, but like you said, making it much more action oriented. And I'm trying to think of a game that kind of did that, and I really can't think of one. That's really like we have a lot of games that are horror games with action. This is a action game with like a horror premise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm trying to think of a game
zombies.
like that. That isn't zombies. Yeah. So I'm super excited for you. You want to roll the trailer?
Let's roll the trailer
'Kay.
right now.
Okay, so if you guys are just listening, the trailer itself, and again, you guys We talked about it from the creator of Silent Hill. I can really see the Silent Hill, like, I don't want to say vibes, but you can see,
Atmosphere in a way.
yeah, the inspiration.
Yeah. Okay.
This is very much Silent Hill when it comes to like color gradients, what appears to be level design, like character design. This very much does remind me of Silent Hill. And again, if you guys are just listening, I think the setting itself is really cool too, because you're kind of looking at this like, I don't want to call it cyberpunky, but it's pretty cyberpunky, don't you think?
So another thing that he said in the interview I read is he took inspiration from Ghostwire.
Yeah.
That's kind of where he took a lot of the visual inspiration from, in terms of like the Asian city that he's taking, like, inspired by. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so if you guys are just listening, what we're seeing right now is a lot of like the fight gameplay mechanics and stuff like that, and the beasts that you're fighting in this game. Like this dude looks like a praying mantis.
Yeah.
And one of the really cool things that you're seeing here is this very interesting kind of fight style. I don't know if I've really ever seen anything like this, because you have this like melee style, but you also have a weapon, but you're also seeing this kind of like Dark Souls parry mechanic, and but you're also seeing like magic being used, like you're seeing weapons being like throwable weapons. I feel like the intricacy of this combat is like this. Right now, the guy just took this like blood weapon and turned it into this like SMG machine gun. Like, I feel like the combat behind it is going to be much more complicated than people are giving it credit for.
And that's kind of where I was going to take it. I think it's going to be very complicated. And from what I've seen with it, to me, it seems clunky.
You feel like it's clunky?
I am getting the sense that like it's going to be over the top with and the biggest mechanic of it is you'll be able to possess other people and a bunch of different characters and all that. But so on top of that, having different fight styles for different characters and all this different melee shooting, parries, and all this, I think it's very complicated in the sense that to me it looks clunky, and that's why I'm a little turned off from it. And I don't know why, like, or I don't know if it's because I'm not normally into games like this in terms of like this kind of combat mechanic style, but for me it felt very slow and clunky.
Okay, let me see if I can break this down a little bit and see if we can kind of work through this together, because I think I have a few things that are going to kind of help out here. So let's talk about the storyline real quick, and then we can jump back to the gameplay. So for the storyline, your character's name is Haoki, and you throughout this entire trailer you feel like you're a person, but you're not a person. Your actual main character is a
sperm.
You're like an entity. I was trying to be professional, Adam.
I know, it looks like a yellow sperm to me as he switches bodies.
It's a yellow Slimer with
Okay,
with a weird shape.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. And you are tasked with eliminating what is called the Slitterheads. And those are basically shapeshifters who disguise themselves as humans throughout the world. Now,
based off of Chinese folklore, Yaguzi.
Yes, I was so happy that you said that, because I was scared to.
You said his name, I figured I'd do that for you. So.
I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you. Okay, so basically, like Adam said, you do have the ability to possess humans. And we saw that in the trailer, is you're kind of jumping, you're like body jumping almost, where you're bouncing back and forth between all of these people, and essentially what you're doing is he calls it, you're burning their life force, and you can use their life force to create weapons made of blood, which is why you see in the trailer all of these different incantations of weapons that are coming out of the hands and stuff like that. So you're basically using their blood to create these weapons. We are losing Adam, guys. We are losing.
Basically, you're the blood lantern from Prototype.
We are losing Adam. That's a very good way to think about it, though.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought I was gonna reel him in, but I'm pushing him further back.
You're pushing me farther away.
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna keep doing it though.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, okay. So you get, like we said, we can seemingly switch between humans. And I think it's a really cool idea, because the idea behind it, and I don't know how this is gonna work with like a life bar, but or like your health system or something like that. But essentially, what you're doing is like once the host that you're in is like seriously injured, you're bouncing out to a different person so that you can you can like regain the health pool. Um, and there's these things called rarities where possessing certain people in the game gives you like upgrades. Like you'll be more powerful, you'll have a different ability. And you won't know that you've possessed like it's I don't think you're gonna know that you've possessed one of these rarity people until you get into it. So I think with all of that put together, I think this is a combat system that, like, yes, it kind of looks clunky, but I think it's a combat system that, like, if you really put the time into learning it, I think it's something that you can master and you can make look and feel and play really incredible.
Maybe clunky wasn't the right word for me to use. Maybe slow, I think, is a good word. I think the combat system is slow, but I should probably put it slow and meticulous. And you know how I play games is like I don't care about being meticulous. I just want to go in there and go crazy. And so maybe for me it was unjust to say that it's clunky. I think it's slow and meticulous. I'm taking my words back and say it's more slow and meticulous. Is that better for you, Dave?
Okay, yeah, slow and meticulous is better. And I don't know, I think that's honestly probably the reason why I like it because I like that. I like that like I like a get like this is very and I say this all the time as like a Souls player, like this is very much a get good game. This is gonna be a game where it's gonna be really hard until it's not. And then once it's not, I think you're gonna have just like this level of enjoyment that like there's only a few games that I've gotten the level of enjoyment that I think this one has the possibility to do. And like one of them Sekiro, right? Like you load into Sekiro, you get your butt whooped. Like you get your butt whooped until it clicks. And then once it clicks, you're like, this is the greatest feeling in the world. And I think this game has the potential to do that. And then also kind of like add the horror aspects of it, which we don't get a lot of really good horror games anymore. I think that's probably why I was so excited for it.
I think it definitely appeals to a lot of people. Even reading the comments, people are excited about this one. There's a few like, wait, we want what's the other game that he put out? Sire. He's like, we
Yeah.
want another Sire. We want another Silent Hill. And obviously they're not getting that. But for the majority of what I was reading in the comments, people are like, this looks cool. This looks sweet. And I think he's appealing to the right audience for this game. And even more so, he's appealing to more people because it's not just adventure driven or story driven. It's action, and I think that's going to bring a lot more people in, like we've been saying. And I don't think it's going to be a very long game, or actually, I know it's not going to be a very long game. Again, going back to his interview, he says it's going to be, it's not open world. It's set in stages, so each stage is going to take about 30 minutes, and the whole game should take 15 hours to get to the end credits.
Yep.
And with that, he had said there's not going to be a lot of side quests because, like, just budget reasons, he didn't put a bunch of those in there. But there will be challenges to complete, like as you like beat it more and more. There's things to do in terms of that sense.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty cool. One other element that I think is really cool about this is so in the stages you're supposed to essentially hunt down the Slitterheads, and the way you do that is by talking with other humans and doing investigation work. And I think that's cool to like, and then to find the trace and like find which Slitterhead is possessing a human and then take it out. And I think that's a really cool element as well. The way you have to investigate to find the Slitterhead.
Yeah.
That's such a weird word to say.
It is a weird word to
Yeah.
say. Like I like the detective aspect of it too, because it's almost like an LA noir kind of vibe, right? Where you're kind of like, asking people and trying to figure it out. So I don't know. I just think that there's a lot of aspects of this game that I really love. Like, I love a linear experience. You know what I mean? Like who doesn't love a good open world game where you can kind of go nuts, but also like sometimes I just want to play a game where I just know I'm going forward. You know what I mean? And a lot like with the time in the game, like 15 hours is great. That's great for me.
That's 3 game sessions for 5 game sessions, 3 hours each for me.
Yeah, that's like 5 or 6 game sessions. You can get through it. And I don't know. I think it's gonna be really cool. I know there's a lot of fans that are excited for it, especially Silent Hill fans. I know some people are not happy that we're not getting another Silent Hill, but I don't know. I think
Well,
it's
he
gonna
doesn't
be.
work for them anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't work for him anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, he's doing his own thing, and if
Yeah.
he's gonna do his own thing, I think this game looks very, very interesting. I think the idea behind it's really cool. I think the gameplay mechanics, like we talked about, is probably gonna be frustrating, but once you kind of get it to click, I think it's something that's gonna be really fun to play around with. And one of the big things, I don't know if you saw at the end of the trailer, but at the end of the trailer, there's a cool little doggo with some red
Yeah, it looks
eyes.
like you'll be able to possess dogs.
Looks like you're gonna be able to play as a dog
But
too.
you know what that
So
means, though?
what?
That means the dog's gonna die.
No, you jump bodies before the dog dies.
But what if he's getting eaten and then you jump bodies and then that dog's dead? I hate when animals die in games. I don't know why. Like, I'd rather see a person die than a dog in a movie.
You
In
know,
the
that's
game.
like a lot of people are kind of with you on that.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird. Like, you can see people get shot all day in an action movie, but as soon as they shoot a dog, you're like, I hate this movie. It's
You know,
stupid.
the worst scene in all of movies.
Oh, don't say it. Don't bring it down, Dave. I know where you're gonna go with it.
Do you?
I think there's two options you could go, but go for it. Let's
What do
hear it.
you? What are you thinking?
Marley and Me.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. It's not even brought it down even
Not
further.
even Marley and Me.
And then there's a Beagle one too. Oh, it's older.
Oh, you didn't think of any. You didn't think of the one I was thinking at all.
what are you thinking?
Do you remember the end scene of I Am Legend?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was
Yeah.
the saddest. Like that was the saddest part of movies I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah. The other movie I was thinking of was Shiloh.
Oh, I forgot about that
Yeah,
movie.
where the kid was like getting beat and then the dog tries to save him and then the dog gets kicked or something like that. He ends up living, I think, in the end. I can't remember the end of the movie, but I'm pretty sure he lives. But I hate when animals die, but we're digressing.
The end of I Am Legend is just the worst when he knows the dog got bit and the only thing that he can do is like he's literally just holding it and just squeezing it and he's singing its favorite song, the Bob Marley song, while he's doing. I'm like, I'm going to cry right now.
And then
That's brutal.
and when I play like there's missions in like Call of Duty when a dog's attacking your face, I'm like, yep, I'm just gonna die. I'll wait. I'll just respawn, try again.
Okay,
that's
well
what I do.
that's a little much.
No, that's what like they're in your face and they're like break his neck. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just die. Start over.
Adam's the best humanitarian. He doesn't care
No,
about
I
his KD at all.
No, this is like campaign wise.
Oh, okay.
But Evolve, like have you ever played Evolve?
No.
We're really digressing here. But Evolve, you had to eat animals to like level up and get more powerful. I quit that game. The instant I had to start mauling down like little animals, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore. I played one round of that eating animals. So yep, I'm done.
Adam's the best animal lover ever.
No, I'm not though. This is crazy. But and then there's like hunting games. I'll be like, yeah, I'll play a hunting game. But I don't know. It's just weird when like just the setting matters for me.
It's got to be cute. If it's a
Yeah.
dog, it's a problem. If it's a
Yeah.
moose, Adam will put an arrow in that in 2 seconds.
I don't know about all that, but I don't know. We
Yeah.
digress. But
We
anyway,
digress. But yeah,
there's one more thing I was gonna say about it. It's just funny that you're possessing humans to stop things that are possessing humans. I think that's such a funny thing to me.
yes.
Like it's kind of like the Daywalker, like where you're a vampire, but you stop bad vampires.
Oh, Blade?
Or not Blade. Isn't there like Daywalkers or Nightcrawler, something like that? Well, Blade too.
Blade is the Daywalker.
I think there's a movie called Daywalker where it's the same thing. Or Nightwalker. I can't remember. Anyway.
We're gonna have to look that up. But yeah, okay. Okay. It's a very weird
Yeah.
game. It's a very weird game. It's a very weird concept. But I think if you give it a chance, I think it's gonna surprise you. I think it's gonna be better than people think. And I'm super excited for it. I love Silent Hill. I loved all the Silent Hills. So I'm excited to see what this is all about. Again, the gameplay mechanics look really interesting to me. Real quick, he is bringing oh god, I'm gonna butcher this. He's gonna bring Akira Yamoka. I feel like I said that wrong.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah, I sure
We're
did.
gonna get butchered on this one.
Yeah, but he did the score for all the Silent Hills, so it's gonna have the same vibe sound wise as Silent Hill, which you know is great. It drops November 8th this year, so we're gonna get it right around Halloween time, which is the perfect time to play. And I will be super excited to get my hands on this one.
Big
Adam,
game.
not so much. Adam,
Not so much.
I'm
And
gonna.
I just think it's not a game for me. I know I said it looks clunky, but the more we talked about it, slow, meticulous. slow and meticulous.
Slow, meticulous combat. So, yeah.
not for me.
Be on the lookout for this one. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. But with that being said, Adam,
Yes.
I do believe that this game has some of the coolest gameplay mechanics yet. So
Yes.
we thought it would be a good idea to do a draft of the games with the best gameplay mechanics ever. This is where we need the coin.
Or rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, God. Okay, ready?
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ah, shoot. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, my goodness.
We got to get
Rock-
the coin back. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah, dang, I lost.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Take the first pick of. Wait, this is a draft of the best gameplay mechanics ever. Most unique. Let's change it.
Most unique gameplay mechanics
Draft
of all time.
of the best. No, draft of the most unique video game mechanics ever.
Okay,
I like it.
number 1 on my list. There's no place else to go. Okay, real quick, how did you determine your list? Are you just are you thinking lifetime or like gameplay mechanics for the time that the game came out?
I honestly just pick games that stuck out to me that are like, oh, that's a different mechanic. Oh, that's
Okay.
a mechanic. Yeah.
Okay, all right, then I feel comfortable
I
with
didn't
my list.
pick games that like set the stage for future games, if that makes sense. I try not to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my first pick's gonna suck then. Okay. With my first pick, I am going to go with GTA. I feel like, listen, I see your face, right? But you have to think about it this way. The gameplay mechanics in GTA, not even just when it came out, but even right now, to have a game where you can basically do anything is insane. Don't you think that's insane?
It's very insane.
That's such a unique gameplay mechanic to just be able to do anything you want.
That's
Adam
really
hates it.
No, I think you're right. It's definitely different, and I think for me, I think it's almost taken for granted now. It's like the norm if you want to play a game like that. If
Right.
that makes sense. So it's unique in the aspect that it set the stage for a lot of open world games and a lot of just games in general. So
Yeah.
I like that pick
Because
in a different way.
I remember playing Vice City, and I'm like, this game is revolutionizing game, especially back then. I'm like, this is absolutely insane that I can go from driving to running around to swimming to shooting to flying a plane. Like, to be able to do all of this in one game is just the most unique thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Like, this is going to change gaming for the rest of time.
And there's a reason why the game's still one of the most played games. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so popular. And
Yeah.
I agree. In that sense, I agree.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
My number
Yeah.
1 pick was not wasted.
It was not wasted. Okay, my first pick is Superliminal.
Oh.
You know what that game is?
No.
It's a puzzle game. I wasn't very good at it, but essentially, like, the room you're in isn't what it seems to be. Like, you have to, like, you pick up this thing and you turn a certain way, and that's how it fixes the puzzle for you. Or you have this door, you have to put it on this certain thing, and it opens it up to a different room. Like, you have to be very cognizant of where you're putting things to, like, enlarge or small. It's a really cool, unique puzzle game.
You know I love me a good puzzle game. I
I
might have
think
to
you
check
really
that out.
love that one. Yeah,
Yeah?
Superliminal. I'm probably saying it wrong. Superliminal.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's like subliminal, but super.
Superliminal.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm checking that out.
Cool.
That's a good
It's a
pick.
very unique mechanic. I think it's cool. And I think other games are doing it too. There's like a photography one where you take a picture and it makes the map. Like, you can go through it. It's really cool. You have to check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely checking that out.
Mhm,
Okay. All right. Next up on my list, I got to do it. I don't really need to talk about it much, but we're going to take Sekiro. The most innovative gameplay mechanics and the most fine-tuned gameplay mechanics. Such a unique combat system. It's just it once it clicks, it's just like the greatest thing in the world. So I'm taking Sekiro. Number 2.
That's a great pick.
Thank
Great
you.
pick.
Thank you.
My next game, my second pick is Super Hot. You ever play that?
No.
Super Hot is another really cool mechanic. These are like two smaller games, I guess, but Super Hot is essentially you're in this room and time is frozen unless you move. And so when you move, the characters around you are shooting at you, and like you have to try taking them out with like different bullets. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, Super Hot is another one that has very cool and unique elements.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you have to check it out, and they have it in VR too.
That would be crazy in VR.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm gonna have a huge list of games to play after
Yeah,
this.
you're
one.
welcome. You're like,
yeah.
oh, Adam just only plays FPS. Nope, I don't, Dave.
There's so many layers
Yeah.
to Adam we don't know.
I'm an
about.
onion. Just gotta peel them back.
So many layers. Okay. Next up on my list, we are going to go with Lords of the Fallen. And I think the gameplay mechanic that I'm talking about, of course, is Umbral. And this idea of having to jump to the same location, but in two different planes of existence. And to have to, in order for you to have to do that to progress the game, I think is such a unique gameplay mechanic that you almost really need to play this whole game twice, and you need to do it in both planes of existence to really kind of capture everything that's happening there. And I just think it's so unique. I think it's such a cool idea.
Yeah, definitely really is.
Yep.
I never played it, but I've watched the playthrough.
Jumping back and forth between Umbral, you're just like, it's so great. Like you literally almost have to play the game twice, but as you're doing as you're doing it, you're like, I have to go through this area. Okay, I have to go back and I have to go through this area in Umbral now because I don't want to miss anything. You know what I mean? Like it's such a cool idea.
What's that? That game that we were talking about that they kind of took a spin from that. It's the possession where it's like the ghost hunters and she dies and like I can't remember.
God.
But is that kind of what it's like where you play as her as a ghost? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you're like jumping into a different plane of existence. It's the exact same location, but it's almost just like you know what a good play, like a way to describe it is like Stranger Things the Upside Down.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
you're in the same area, but it's a different like plane of existence.
Okay, cool. That's
it's
really
cool.
unique.
It's really
the
cool.
Multiverse. Just kidding.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, just kidding. Okay, third pick.
Third pick. Yep.
I don't know if this is like a unique idea in terms of like it's first of its kind, but my third pick is Hades. I don't know if it's like the first roguelike or anything like that, but it's the first one I played that felt fresh to me and felt really cool. And I think it set the stage for a lot of different roguelites, and that's why I think it's very unique.
Hades deserves to be on the list.
Cool.
It's a great game. Okay, number 4. I don't know if you've ever played this game. This one's gonna be kind of interesting, but I'm going to go with Brother: Tale of Two Sons. Have you ever played this game?
I haven't. Isn't that a story driven one?
It's kind of a story driven game, yeah.
Or narrative where you pick the different.
It's really, really story focused, but the gameplay mechanic that I'm talking about specifically that I thought was really unique is that, and I don't know how this works on PC, but because I played it on console, but if you're playing on a console, you have both joysticks, and each stick controls one character at the same time. And they're like, I've never seen a game where the gameplay was like you need to control two people at once.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And there's obviously situations that take advantage of this where you need to control, both characters at the same time. Like they're solving puzzles and they're like overcoming obstacles, and it's like you got to move the first brother over here to kind of like prop open this door, and then you got to move this one over here to kind of pull on this rope. You know what I mean? Like it's very interesting to be able to. I've played games where you control two characters, but it's always like a move this guy, stop. Okay, now switch, move this guy. You're literally moving them both at the same time, which is really kind of unique.
Takes a lot of dexterity for that.
Yeah, and you have to like, it kind of messes with your mind because you're like trying to make two people.
It's like where you're trying to like have your arms go one way, you know what I mean? Or like
or like the pat your belly, rub your head kind of thing.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, now you're just showing off.
Reverse it. Oh no, but that's a good pick. That's a really good pick. I never played it, so man, we're gonna start having a list of games that I need to play based off each other here.
I know, this is great.
Yeah. My fourth pick. See, there's one that I think I should throw on there because I think we'll get some slack if we don't put it on there. And it was a really fun game. I didn't play it all that much, which is why I didn't want to put it on my list. So I'm gonna leave it for honorable mention.
Okay.
But my fourth pick is Watch Dogs.
That's good. It's good.
Not really groundbreaking in terms of like the open world aspect or just like mechanics of that sense, but the fact that you could hack anything was really cool. Or for the most part, you could hack anything. And I thought that was a really cool concept. I really liked the first Watch Dogs, and that's why I'm putting it on my list.
I did too. I fell off on Watch Dogs too, but the first one was really interesting and
Yeah.
a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, because you could hack everything. You hack people. It was really cool, and that's why I
Yeah.
really liked it.
That's a good one. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a sweet list. Okay.
Yeah.
Last up. Oh, I have two that I really want. Gosh dang it. Well, all right, we're gonna do it. With my last pick, I'm going to take Heavy Rain, and I think, um, specifically this very cinematic driven style of gameplay, along with the gameplay mechanics that's kind of a mix of like choices and quick time events. This was the first game that I've ever played like that was kind of brought into the next gen of console, like the next gen console era. And this came out on PS3, so I mean, I'm saying next gen very loosely,
Yeah.
but that idea of like having choices that actually matter and then mixing it with quick time events. That was Heavy Rain was the first game that I've ever played like that, and I absolutely loved the gameplay mechanic, and I think it really like like laid the groundwork for the games that we see now, like Detroit Become Human
Mhm.
and all the Dark Pictures games with Until Dawn and Little Hope, and like I don't know. I think it's a super unique gameplay mechanic that I absolutely love now. I love all the games that kind of do it now, and I kind of feel like that one set the stage for it.
It's a great pick.
Thanks.
I've never really played those types of games. Again, I
You
need the action.
you should, dude.
I'll try it. I'll try
You
it.
should do Until Dawn.
Okay. I think I watched you play that one.
I know okay, so I understand that those games kind of have this like start slow kind of feel to them, and they do. But if you can get past that first little bit, it's
Mhm.
very like once you get into the thralls of things, it's very nonstop action. Things are really happening.
I'll have to check it out.
Try Until
I
Dawn.
And then when I watched Detroit Not Human, I always ended up watching the end of people playing it, and I always like spoiled it. I was like, "Well, I see this ending. I see this ending." So
Like I'll be honest, Detroit Become Human was one that like people really love and really got a lot of praise.
you didn't like it,
It wasn't for me. I fell out of it. I stopped playing it. I didn't finish it.
really?
I like the Dark Pictures better.
Really?
Until Dawn's the little hopes, and like I don't know, I just think they did better. But I'm a horror guy. Like
Yeah.
like I don't know, if I'm playing a game like that, I feel like I want it to be horror.
I felt like that one like it was trying to tug at your emotions a little bit more. Would you
Yeah.
say? Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
could see that.
Heavy Rain wasn't horror, like in the sense of like, you know, uh vampires or like anything
Yeah,
crazy like that. But the story behind it was like still horror. I mean, you're
right.
looking for like a killer, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it
Hmm.
still had that vibe.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out. Check
Check
it
it
out.
out.
Check it out. Okay, my final pick. I have three that I could pick, but I'm gonna go with one that I thought was really cool and unique. I don't know if other games have done this, but I really enjoyed. So my final pick is Deathloop.
Let's go.
I thought that was such a cool mechanic where like you can only find certain things in a day, and if you die, like you had to start over the loop. It is really cool,
That
and
yeah.
it was pretty hard for me. Like I was like, okay, I died, I have to start over. It was really cool. And the fact that they added an element where you can play like it could be PvP where the antagonist would jump in and kill you, like try to attack you. I thought that was really cool. I hate that in games, but it's a cool element. I know other games do it, but the whole death loop, like the whole thing was really cool in terms of like trying to break the death loop.
That was a very cool mechanic.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Couple of honorable mentions here. I got Journey. I love Journey. Shadow of the
Yeah.
Colossus, Resident Evil 4. Shout out to the over the shoulder view. That was kind
Mhm.
of a very
Yeah.
new gameplay mechanic. LA Noire with the investigation kind of mechanic I thought was really, really cool. And then a shout out to Eternal Darkness, which was the first game that I ever played that introduced a sanity meter where
See,
okay.
I was gonna say, I was letting you finish. Sorry, sanity meter. Sorry.
Sanity meter, yeah, it was the first game that I ever played that introduced a sanity meter, which would like make the game react differently if you let it get to certain levels. I
Right.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Very unique. And other games are starting to adopt that a lot,
Yeah,
especially
and
with like the microphone situation, where they starting to pick up on more microphone stuff.
yeah, That's cool. Yeah, and Eternal Darkness came out in GameCube, like early GameCube era. So I mean, there was nothing like it.
I like that. Good pick. Okay. My honorable I'm blanking what I was going to say next. My honorable mentions here. This is the game that I'm sure we're going to get slack for that we didn't put it on here, but Portal.
Portal should have been on the list. Yeah,
it
I
should
just
have been
didn't
on
love
the
it
list.
as much.
Yeah, I didn't either. Helldivers 2 in the sense of I like the community aspect of Helldivers 2 where like everybody's fighting for the greater good and like you can only progress as much as everybody else progresses. I thought that was really cool and unique. Dying Light I put on there because I thought it was really cool with the parkour and then how things get crazy at night. I thought that was a really good element. And then going back to Quidditch a bit, Rocket League. I think that set the stage for a lot of different games. A very unique spin on soccer. LA Noir, I'm glad you brought that one up because that was on my list. That was really cool. Yeah, there's so many cool games. Fall Guys could be on there.
Fall Guys,
like, yeah. It's like like kind of like Wipeout, but not.
Let us know down in the comments because there's so many games that have so many unique and cool gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys are thinking. Quick shout out to Diablo 2. That was the first game I ever played that introduced a permadeath. The idea of just like having this character for over 100 hours and then if someone kills you, like it's game over. Like is just terrifying, but also really cool.
Yeah,
it's
kind of like a roguelite.
Yeah, your death. I mean, your death matters. I mean, if you go hardcore permadeath when your character's dead, your game is over. You're starting over.
Another one could be Outlast. Outlast behind the camera the whole time to like find your way. That one's pretty unique.
Oh yeah, Madison with the camera too. Yeah.
Horror games tend to set some unique stuff into them.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Fatal Frame was really the first game that kind of introduced the camera like that into
really?
From a horror genre that I can think of.
I didn't know that.
So many good games on this list. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. Let us know what games you guys think have the best gameplay mechanics because we're super excited. Most unique, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on
to our last game, Mario and Luigi Brothership, coming out November 7th. Dave, are you excited about a new Mario and Luigi installment? All right, let's just roll the trailer.
Are you excited?
To be honest, I never really played Mario and Luigi. I thought I saw this like, oh, this looks really cool.
I mean, how could you okay, here's the thing, right? Am I excited? No, I'm going to be honest. No, I'm not excited. Am I disappointed? I feel like Mario and Luigi at this point is just so what's a good way to say this? It's so like bread and butter. It's so chalk. Okay. Yeah. Mario and Luigi is so chalk right now that you're just like, yeah, okay, well, like whatever. Like there's another Mario and Luigi game. It's probably going to be the same as all the rest. Am I going to play it? Like, yeah, I'll play it. Sure, why not? You know what I mean? But like I'm not excited for it. I'm not disappointed about it. I'm like so indifferent about Mario at this point.
And I think part of that is the game can only like what am I going to say? They can't do anything wrong anymore. You know what I mean? Like they can only do so much where the game is really bad or the game is groundbreaking, and I don't think they do that with very many of their Mario games. When we talked about Mario Wonder, they tried adding the elephant and the different kind of like the different flip of the universe, like you know what I mean, stuff like that. But in terms of like the bones of Mario games, they're all the same. Like they have the same bones. They don't necessarily feel revolutionary every time they play, and they don't have to because they're good at what they do, and it's just essentially progressing the story to try a different Mario game as they go.
Here's what I want you to do. Everybody listening, close your eyes.
Yeah.
There's a new Mario game coming out. Think about what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like. Like you know what I mean?
That's basically what it is. I think a little bit like art style wise, it's a little bit different, but in terms of like gameplay, like you said, there's some like mini game looking things that may be a little bit different. Like it look like there's a turn-based fight mechanic in it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it feels like a Mario game. Feels like a Mario and Luigi game.
Yeah, like keep your eyes closed. What do you think we're doing in this new Mario game? Did you guess that we're running around and jumping on stuff? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and then you're kicking Luigi. Mario's kicking Luigi to. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like we said, there's only so much they can do to really spice things up, and they spice it up in terms of like your it's like an outlet world. Like there's different electrical inspirations. Like, and they took away the guy, like the ally that has been in all Mario Luigi games. They took him away.
Yeah, they did take him away.
And now it's Snoutlet is your ally in this. So it's a play on a lot of electrical plugins, extension cords. But here's that mechanic I was talking about where it's like a turn-based fighting mechanic.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like, and I don't think we need to talk about a bunch of the game except for it's a new Mario and Luigi game. I know a lot of people are fans of Mario and Luigi games. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a game that's fun, and that's all it needs to be.
I feel like, I will say this. I feel like the concept of a Mario and Luigi game, though, probably isn't working in their favor because if we're going to be honest, and I know I'm not alone in saying this, typically Mario and Luigi games, when they're together, have not been great.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they really haven't. And we're talking going back to like Game Boy era, like DS era and stuff like that. We had Superstar Saga, we had Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, Dream Team, Paper Jam. Like, I don't know. There's something about these characters when you put them together, it just doesn't hit right. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like a little. I don't want to say janky, but it just feels different. Where 9 times out of 10, you would much rather just be playing these characters in their own separate titles. You'd rather be playing a Mario Galaxy. You'd rather be playing a Luigi's Mansion instead of like this hodgepodge of putting them together.
I will say, though, the one thing that I think is actually really good about this game is they're not throwing in a whole bunch of different Toads that you can play as, or a Yoshi, and like playing a Mario game as like Toad, like that's not in there. I think that's cool. I think Mario's kind of stepped away from it's like, oh, I'm playing as Mario, you're playing a Mario game, and then they're always co-op now. And I don't think every Mario game needs to be co-op. And this one probably is too. It probably is co-op, but you're playing as Mario and Luigi, not so much Mario, Toad, Yoshi, Peach, Daisy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's that, and I think that's better.
As much as I said in the beginning, like Mario's chalk right now. That's all they have to be. Like I think they went through this little period of like, I don't know, maybe thinking that they need to introduce new stuff to it, and they don't. You know what I mean? Like Mario just needs to be Mario, and I'm gonna feel. I think people kind of feel the same way that I do. At least a few of them do. It's like I don't need to be excited for a new Mario game. I'm never gonna be disappointed at a new Mario game. It's like a new Mario game came out. Okay, cool. Am I gonna play it? Yeah, of course. It's a Mario game. Am I like am I super excited, like counting down the days to release? No. Like, is there anything that they're gonna do in the game where I'm gonna be like, this is the worst Mario game they ever made? Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I just my expectations on Mario have just so flatlined. It's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. It's just
I played a Mario game.
Just
Cool.
just another Mario game.
A Mario game that will never go on sale.
Never, ever gonna go on sale.
But okay, I mean that's really all I had to say. I was like, oh, it's cool. It's a new installment of Mario and Luigi, which is why I was like, yeah, let's talk about it because it hasn't been one in a while, and I thought it'd be cool to chat about in terms. But like we've been saying, there's not much that can make this a bad Mario game, and not much that can make this the best Mario game we've ever played.
Right. Yeah. There's the body of work at this point is so gigantic that it's just like it's a drop in the ocean. You know what I mean? It's just another drop in the Mario ocean.
It's for Mario collectors that wanted to collect all Mario games. And
oh God!
Stuff,
do you know how many games you would have to collect if you had every
I'm sure
Mario
there's people
game?
that have every game. And
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
So, but
yeah, game.
That's all I have to say. November 7th.
Yeah, game's coming out November 7th. It looks like a Mario game. So if you're ready for the next Mario game, here it is.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
It's a me, a Mario.
Our woohoos were not good.
Woohoo!
That's okay. That's better.
Nah, that's so bad.
That's gonna be the end of the show.
Okay. Woo! All right. Moving on, Dave. So, I mean, you just named a bunch of Mario games. So I think you're gonna be quite the leader on this.
You would be surprised because
you just named like 10 of them in your notes.
Yeah, but once I get into these pressure situations, I fold.
Okay, what we're doing is name Mario games until one messes up. Dave, go ahead and kick us off because you already have 1,000 that you have written down.
Okay, and we're gonna do like
No,
we're-
1, 2, 3.
okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like if
Yeah.
you take
Yeah.
it's a group.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and start it off. Adam, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We are going to take Paper Mario.
Mario Kart.
See, I'm already panicking. Mario Golf.
Super Mario Baseball.
Super Mario 64.
Super Mario Strikers.
Super Mario Brothers.
New Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh no, that's the one I had on deck. Mario Maker.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Super Mario.
Keep it going. Come on.
I
I can't
can't.
stop at like 5.
Oh my god. Mario Tennis.
Ooh, that's where I was going to go next.
Okay.
Mario Party.
Oh god, how do I forget Mario Party? That's ridiculous. Super Mario RPG.
Ooh, I think it might be stumped here. Oh, Super Mario Wonder.
Mario and Luigi.
Aye. Um. Is Mario Brothers just one? I think, right? The original?
The original one? I took the original
Oh,
one.
he did. Dang it.
Yeah.
Did you say Sunshine?
I think I did, yeah.
That might be almost all of like the main Mario games.
I think that's all of like the main ones.
Mario
Unless you-
vs Donkey Kong.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Are we counting Luigi solo?
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah, we'll let you have it.
Okay.
Mario Olympics.
Good God.
Isn't that a thing? Is that what it's called though? That's the question. What's it called? Mario Games? Is that what it's called? Mario.
Is it Mario Olympics?
It's Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
All right.
Does that count?
We'll give it to you. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
cool.
took Luigi's Mansion. We'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, see, we've said so many now. I don't
I know. Now
remember.
we're lost.
I don't remember if we said it before. Did I say Paper Mario?
You did. Yep.
Okay. I think we named everyone that exists.
We did not. So I don't have any more. So I looked some up. We have Hotel Mario. We
No.
have Super Mario All Stars.
Oh my. Well, no, okay, no, that's just a collection.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Okay, Super Mario Land.
Are you kidding me? Super Mario Land.
Yeah, we missed that one.
How do we miss that one?
You said Super Mario 64. Galaxy, we said.
Said
Mm,
Odyssey. We said Sunshine.
We did not say Super Mario 3D Land.
Oh God, 3D Land. I forgot about the DS.
We said Mario Maker 2, 3D All Star Brawls. So yeah, we honestly said almost all of them.
I think that
That's pretty good. I'm
Super
impressed with us.
Mario Land. I can't believe
Boom.
it. Like fist bumps.
Fist
Bam.
bumps.
I can't
Bam.
believe I forgot Super Mario Land.
But for the most part, we probably got 85% of like the main Mario games. We could have said like Super Smash Bros, but I didn't think that was gonna count.
Yeah, that starts getting a little
Yeah,
toe in the line.
yeah. But that was fun.
All right, Adam wins.
Did I win or did you win?
No, you won.
Woohoo! Woohoo! That was pretty
See,
good.
That's good. That's the end of the
Woo!
episode right there.
Dude, that was a fun episode. That was a great way to end too.
That was
so.
a great episode. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for everything. We really, really do appreciate you. The subscriber count is growing like crazy, and we cannot thank you enough. So thank you guys for all the likes, for all the subscribes, for all the support, all the comments. Super, super appreciate you guys. Adam, what you got for them?
If you're not following us on all social media, please make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast. And make sure to like and subscribe to episodes and all that good stuff. And join the Discord. Please join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Do all the YouTube things that make us feel better about ourselves. We love you guys very, very much, and we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds.
That wahoo.
Woohoo!
That's so good.
Woohoo!
That's such a good wahoo.
Woohoo!
Oh, that was a bad one.